Nigeria is making significant progress in the digital application and economic space. This trend, backed up by relevant laws and institutions, is central to the nation's economic diversification and transformation. Wait a minute. There is a nerve that connects the dots of Nigeria's digital economy. That's the Galaxy Backbone, a federal government organization for ICT infrastructure provision. This is Reshaping Democracy. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. Let me take you to the galaxy. GBB, Galaxy Backbone, has for 2 decades established and maintained a unified ICT infrastructure and shared services platform for government agencies, eradicating operational silos, outrageous and disconnected technology systems previously used in ministries, departments, and agencies. As Nigeria strengthens its digital economic landscape, cybersecurity walls, and e-governance, Managing Director of Galaxy Backbone, Professor Ibrahim Adeyanju, will respond to citizens' questions on how the organization is playing its role in fulfilling the key priority areas of President Bola Tinubu and also reshape our dear democracy.
How is Galaxy Backbone ensuring the reliability of its ICT infrastructure and upgrading facilities to support the needs of MDAs and other stakeholders?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Abdullah from Bauchi, for the question. I think the first thing to start with is to say democracy is maturing in Nigeria, and we are actually reaping the benefits of democracy. And for the part Galaxy Backbone is playing, we are playing a central role because under the renewed up agenda, one of the pillars is accelerating diversification of the economy. And the digital economy is one of those areas for diversification. Going to the question, reliability of the services we provide to MDA, the first thing is to understand the infrastructure that we actually manage on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria. The infrastructure includes over 5,000 kilometers of backbone fiber across 28 states. We have 2 national data centers, one here in Abuja, which is a Tier 3 data center, and a Tier 4 data center in Kano. And with the data center, we actually provide cloud services, co-location, and similar services similar to what Amazon, Google, and the likes will provide. For technology, reliability is very important. And the first thing we do is to provide redundancy on all our services. So for example, on our backbone fiber, we have redundancies with partnership with the private sector to ensure that if there is any faults on our lines, easily our data or connectivity is routed through other lines that we subscribe to. In terms of data center, for every data stored in our data center here in Abuja, we have a replication in Kano. So God forbid there is any issue in Abuja, easily we can move straight to the Kano data center and continue to provide the same service. Another aspect in terms of reliability is that we subscribe to a couple of certifications. These are ISO standards that are internationally recognized. So we have certifications including the ISMS, that's 27001. So ISMS means Information Security and Management Service. We have IT Service Management, which is the 20,000. We have a Quality Management Service. We also have Business Continuity Management Service. We have PCI DSS and a couple of certifications wherein we have international auditors coming from international organizations to come and check that we actually maintain those standards. So we're not just looking at being relevant or being reliable nationally. Our standards actually match to what is available internationally. To also be reliable, we have a 24/7 customer service that ensures that when customers even have issues, there's always a staff of Galaxy in the customer service units attending to their issues and taking them through the solution. We also have what we call first responders. Now, our first responders are proactive. Now, the customer service are supposed to take escalations from customers, but first responders actually go to each of the MDAs where we provide services and find out, oh, are there issues that you have not escalated, and take those problems and find solutions. If they're not able to do it within their own, they come back to other staff and ensure that those problems are actually solved.
What strategies does Galaxy Backbone employ to mitigate challenges for effective ICT support to MDAs? And how does it measure the success of these efforts?
Okay, thank you, Isa, for that question. The first thing we do is we have what we call our network operating center. Our network operating center operates 24/7. And from our network operating center, we actually monitor all our network. So in reality, before there are problems in terms of connectivity, because of the different tools we have for monitoring, we could actually detect and be proactive in finding solutions. We also have a cybersecurity operating center that ensures that our infrastructure is secured, and basically there's also 24/7 monitoring to ensure if somebody's trying to hack somewhere. So we have those interventions that are ongoing. But in addition, there's the issue of scalability. In all the services we provide to the MDAs, we ensure that our services are scalable. There are times wherein the problems are actually not. There are times we've seen wherein an MDA will complain, oh, I'm not being able to connect. And then we'd have to send in our field officers, our customer service managers. And some of those problems are actually minute. So we have direct engagement with the customers where, oh, it's just a cable that actually fell that was supposed to be connected and is not connected. And that's why, so we have direct customer engagement. And what we tell our customers is that, as we know, customers are king, and we are here to serve them always. So their experience or their happiness is our satisfaction.
How does Galaxy Backbone ICT solution contribute to the transformation of the civil servant, and what roles does it play in promoting digital governance?
Okay, thank you, Emeka, for that question. Galaxy Backbone is central to the government's digitalization agenda because of the role we play in the digital sector, especially for government agencies. We work directly with the head of service on ensuring that the ministries, departments, and agencies are digitalized. We have two products I can talk about. There are others. The first one is we came up with what we call the GovMail. The GovMail is it's an email platform which accommodates all civil servants today. And the interesting thing about the GovMail is that it's actually an in-house product. Now we have our own in-house built mailing platform that can accommodate basically all civil servants within Nigeria and beyond. So that's one service that ensures digital communication. Each civil servant can have a personalized email for official purpose. So the expectation is that with our GovMail, you shouldn't be getting official mails from non-government mailing platforms. The other part for digitization is what we call our One Government Cloud. Our One Government Cloud is a platform for electronic content management system. So basically, we're talking of moving from papered office to a paperless office. We're talking about automating our workflows in terms of ensuring that the different workflows are identified. People that should have access to the workflows are given access, and those that shouldn't are not given access. We're looking at memos coming in electronically and being assigned to different people in the organization to work on within the organization. And one of the biggest advantage in digitization is that at any point in time, you could actually trace the log of where the files have, or the document, electronic document have been, who is delaying. So there's a bit more of transparency. You could actually say, oh, this thing has been sitting on your desk or on your profile for 2 hours, for so many hours. And there could be agreed timelines. Okay, this has to be treated within 24 hours once you're assigned to it. So that's the advantage of having a digital platform to ensure that things move a bit faster, things are more transparent. And one big advantage of having a digital platform also is that there is less corruption because things are more transparent. Your file, you don't have to meet people to take your file from one place to the other because it's a digital platform. So people are expected to just do their work and assign to the next person. In terms of the role we play in digital governance, we also work with the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy. We are working on this concept of what we call the digital public infrastructure. The whole idea is to have a platform that brings together all the digital infrastructure from government and a bit of the private, such that we have interoperability within governments. We have seamless communication across governments. And even for the citizens, the DPI ensures that when citizens are giving data to government, they give it once. So you can imagine at the moment when we register for a driver's license, for a national ID card, for our passports, for even for voters, there are lots of data that are collected multiple times by different government agencies. So DPI ensures that we have harmonization of data, and once you collect data once from the citizens, then it could be used across different agencies. So Galaxy is involved in that. We'll be managing what we call the data exchange, Nigerian data exchange, that ensures that information can be passed from one agency to the other seamlessly. And we are involved in other projects, including what we call the government service portal. The government service portal is a portal that brings all government agencies on a single portal. So for citizens, they don't have to memorize the websites of different agencies. They can go to a single platform and be able to even do a lot of things. You want to get your national ID card, go to that platform. You want to get your voter's card, go to that platform. You want to get your passport, driver's license, you're looking for tax clearance, and that's the government service portal, which we're working on with our partners and our development partners, that's Koika.
So what steps is Galaxy Backbone taking to harmonize ICT platforms across MDAs, and how does it ensure seamless integration of systems?
Okay, thank you, Shamsuddin, for that question. Now, harmonization is very important for governments. In the past, we've had different government agencies working in silos. And as part of the Renewed Hope agenda, it's very important to be able to bring government agencies together. Now, at Galaxy Backbone, we see ourselves as, we actually have 3 terms we use. We are an enabler, we're a platform, and we're an aggregator. So we're an enabler because we provide opportunity for enabling ICT services within the public and the private sector. As a platform, we have a cloud platform that allows people, we can host different applications for government and even private enterprises. Now, I think that the last one you're talking about, it's more to do with aggregation of services. Harmonization has to do with ensuring that government agencies can talk to each other. We have harmonization of data. Now, one of the products we have in Galaxy is the One Government Cloud. The One Government Cloud allows seamless communication in terms of official memos within the government. What it provides is it serves as a document manager. So rather than keeping our documents in paper form, we could keep those documents in electronic form. It serves as a means of approval. So basically, every person that's allowed to log into the platform has a secured ID, and the person could actually sign. So we know who actually digitally signed a document for approval. So we could have approvals on the go. For me, one of the advantages I see is you don't have to, of course, there's one disadvantage because you work 24/7. You don't work from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. You can work on the go. So even when you're not sitting at your desk, the work continues, and that makes government more efficient. We also support the Renewed agenda in terms of the accelerating diversification, and we believe this platform is very important to ensure efficiency and effectiveness in terms of approval for official memos within government.
My name is Omotoye Simeon. MD, sir, what efforts are on by Galaxy Backbone to expand its services to meet the growing demands of MDAs and other stakeholders? And what new services or initiative is it exploring?
Yes, thank you, Omotayo from Akure for that question. Like he said, there is a need to increase the services we provide to governments. Now, the first thing I'll start with is that one of the things we've done in Galaxy Backbone is that we've increased the bandwidth. Now, our bandwidth subscription to government has increased fourfold. So we've moved from about 12 gig just within Abuja to close to 50 gig now in terms of the internet access that the MDAs can use. So what that means is that they can browse faster, they can process things that have to do with digital, what they call their processes faster. The other thing is we're also supporting digitization of services, of course, with the support of the Office of the Head of Service of the Federation. Now, what that means is that a lot of agencies or MDAs are coming on board into our platform, the One Government platform, and ensuring that most of their services are digital rather than manual. And that ensures that people can be held more accountable. In terms of extending our services, we have the National ICT Infrastructure Backbone that currently covers 28 states. So there are about 8 states that are not currently covered. We are hoping before the end of the year would at least cover another 2 states. So we're looking at Bayelsa and Ebonyi to be covered hopefully within the next quarter, and that ensures that they can also enjoy high-speed internet using the national infrastructure backbone. We are improving broadband penetration. One of the new initiatives we're doing under this management is that we are looking at connecting federal secretariats across the nation. Now, there is basically in every state you have a federal secretariat. But one of the things we observed is that those federal secretariats, even though we have a point of connection very close to them, they are not connected. So one of the things we've agreed with the head of service is that at least for this year, we'll connect a couple of federal secretariats to the national infrastructure and ensure that civil servants that are working in those federal secretariats also have access to high-speed internet. The other initiative which we're working on with the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy is what we call the fiber to hostel. So there is a gap we noticed because students in their hostels have to provide internet by themselves. So under the guidance of the Honorable Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, what we're doing is we are doing what we call fiber to hostel. We are starting with a few federal universities to connect their university hostels to high-speed broadband internet. And we've started with University of Lagos. We've done University of Abuja. We're looking at least 4 other universities, including University of Jos, I think University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and a few others, to be connected through our national ICT infrastructure backbone, that students in the hostel, while they're in the hostel, could also have access to fast, high-speed internet.
Can you discuss the nature of Galaxy Backbone's collaboration with private sector companies and digital service providers, and how this partnership enhances its service delivery?
Yes, thank you, INE from Akure, for that question. The first thing I will start with is our collaboration with the private sector is very important. Like I said earlier, one of the ways we ensure reliability is redundancy. And one of the ways we provide redundancy is by working with the private sector. And it's a symbiotic relationship because just like we use them for redundancy, they also use us for their own redundancy. So we work with private sector players like currently we're providing fiber backbone for companies like Airtel, Wyok, Mafab, Phase 3 Telecoms, and of course within Abuja we have a main one now called Equinix. So it's a symbiotic relationship that ensures that they can rely on our infrastructure and we can also rely on their infrastructure if there are issues. In addition to that, we also have we also provide services to private sector. So we have a few banks actually in our data center for co-location, for cloud services, and among others.
MD, sir, how is Galaxy Backbone working to ensure the security, integrity, and availability of data stored in its data centers? And how does it manage data backup and disaster recovery?
Okay, that's very important. We can't overemphasize security. Thank you for that question. So the issue of security, I think that the first thing to understand is that we have a state-of-the-art cybersecurity operating center, and that center works 24/7. We have a lot of automated systems in the data center, in our cybersecurity operating center, that ensures the security of our data, the integrity, and confidentiality. Now, our approach is that we actually have a multi-layered approach. The multi-layered approach ensures that we have different layers of cybersecurity to ensure that even if you, for any reason, escape a particular layer, there's an additional layer. So we're talking of about a couple of layers, not less than 6, 7 layers of different cybersecurity tools to ensure security of the data in our data centers. In addition to that, we work with a couple of government agencies that also deal with cybersecurity. So the first one is we work with ONSA. ONSA is the Office of the National Security Advisor. We work with they have a National Cybersecurity Center and the NGSAT. We work together to ensure cybersecurity. We worked with our sister agencies from NITDA and NCC, as well as the cybersecurity arm of the Nigerian Police Force. So we have a forum wherein we discuss cybersecurity and we share best practices.
MD, sir, what measures are in place for firewalls, among others, to safeguard national digital asset and protection against cyber threats?
Yes, so thank you, Godson, for that question. I would say firewalls is one of the layers in terms of the multi-layer approach to cybersecurity. We have other layers, so we have edge protection, we have firewalls, we have at other different levels as well. So I can assure you that Galaxy has cybersecurity tools, including firewalls, to protect our data 24/7. And we've not just been doing it, we've been doing it in the past. One scenario or case that I could give was during the last election in 2023. We had quite a number of, because the understanding was, we're holding the national ICT infrastructure, and therefore INEC was probably hosting their servers here. Therefore, we had quite a number of attempts on the infrastructure, but we were able to protect the data center securely, and we continue to do that, working with our partners, working with the other government agencies, and working on actually improving our staff in that arena.
Now, you know, GBB is in charge of our nationwide network backbone, providing quality services including data centers, internet connectivity, and cloud solutions to government institutions and businesses. As Nigeria evolves a digital public infrastructure to boost efficient service delivery across boards, Galaxy Backbone is central to interoperability, shared data, and digital payment platforms. As the digital economy in Nigeria thrives with startups and unicorns, creating newer opportunities, the Galaxy Backbone tightens every knot, pumps fresh air of digital inclusion to not only sustain it, but deepen its foundation for a prosperous digital ecosystem. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. We will be back same time next week. Stay digitally connected. The galaxy is bright. It is our backbone for digital transformation. Bye-bye.